Guten Abend, live im Wein-Kreis, heute ohne Kilian. Der ist unterwegs nach Österreich zu seinem Kurs Weinakademiker und deswegen müsst ihr heute mit mir Vorlieb nehmen. Aber es kommt die Sandra Bravo von Sierra de Toloño mit dazu. Die gleicht wieder alles aus. Ja, wunderbar. Hier geht es gleich schon toll los. Ganz viele Leute schon live. Hallo zusammen. Ähm, genau, ich habe hier sozusagen mein Monitor nebendran. Wenn ihr nämlich wieder so viel fragt wie letzte Woche, dann komme ich gar nicht mehr mit dem Notieren. Alles oldschool-mäßig hier mit Papier. Also wir schauen mal. Und jetzt der Kilian ist nicht da, ich muss alles selbst machen. Und während ich jetzt hier die Flasche Ladula Garnachas de Altura aufmache, ein Rioja aus dem Teilgebiet Rioja Alavesa von Sierra de Toloño, kann ich euch erzählen, dass wir heute auch nochmal und wieder ein ganz tolles Gewinnspiel machen. Nämlich der beste Essen live im Wein-Kreis Post mit Ladula, mit dem Essen, was es dazu gibt bei euch und natürlich den richtigen Hashtags, gewinnt 3 Flaschen von diesem wunderbaren Rioja. Schicken wir euch oder bringen wir euch nach Hause. Genau, jetzt kommt hier der wunderbare Weinkreis Drop Stop, damit es nicht kleckert. So, und dann geht's los. Jawohl, jetzt sind wir zu Hause und die Charlotte ist mir jetzt auch schon auf den Schoß gesprungen. Die wird sich nachher sicherlich noch vorstellen. Ja, riecht gut, nicht korkig, wunderbar. So, ja, also heute geht es um Rioja und nicht um einen Rioja, sondern um einen ganz bestimmten, Ladula, von einem Weingut, das erst 2012 gegründet wurde, von einer jungen Winzerin, Sandra Bravo. Charlotte, Charlotte guckt von unten zu. Ihr werdet sie sicherlich nachher noch sehen. Ich zeige sie gleich mal. Das ist Charlotte. Hallo Charlotte. Sag mal Hallo. Tik, tik, tik. Ja. So. Also, ja, Sandra hat lauter alte Weinberge gekauft in der Rioja Alavesa. Rioja Alavesa ist der baskische Teil der Rioja Alta mit Weinbergen, die sehr hoch an die Fußberge der Pyrenäen gehen. Das ist nicht direkt der Pyrenäen, also dort ist die Sierra de Toloño tatsächlich, so heißt dieses Vorgebirge. Und die Weinberge von der Sandra gehen bis auf 700 Meter. Und aus diesen ganz hohen Weinbergen kommt diese Garnacha. Das ist eben schon mal etwas Besonderes. Ansonsten ein paar Infos zum Anbaugebiet. Rioja ist ein ziemlich großes Anbaugebiet, 60.000 Hektar. Im Nordwesten Spaniens. Dort gibt es den Fluss Ebro und das ist, also Rioja ist in diesem Ebro-Tal. Das war lange Zeit die Nummer 1 in Spanien als Anbaugebiet, hängt mit der Reblaus-Katastrophe zusammen. Das sind, hallo, Tiba, das sind die Winzer aus Bordeaux dort hingezogen zum Teil, weil die Reblaus in Bordeaux viel früher dran war. Und die haben sich ein Gebiet gesucht, das eben noch gesund ist, haben sich dann in Rioja niedergelassen, dort die ganze Weinkultur auf Vordermann gebracht, technisch, natürlich auch das Weinhandelssystem eingeführt. Die Weine wurden dann nach Bordeaux gebracht und über Bordeaux verkauft. Und so hat Rioja eigentlich Ende des 19. Jahrhunderts, fast 100 Jahre lang, komplett die spanische Weinszene beherrscht und hat einen riesen Vorsprung gehabt vor allen anderen Weinbaugebieten. Und das hat sich vielleicht jetzt erst so in den letzten 20, 30 Jahren nivelliert. Ja, außer der Rioja Alavesa, die der kleinste Teil ist, gibt es noch die Rioja Alta. Das ist sicherlich der bekannteste Teil. mit den berühmtesten Erzeugern und die Rioja Baja, also das niedere Rioja, heißt jetzt anders. Da muss ich jetzt den Kilian fragen, der muss diese ganzen Sachen wissen. Ich bin jetzt zum Glück nicht mehr in der Pflicht, diesen ganzen Blödsinn alles noch auswendig zu können. Und rebsortenmäßig ist vorherrschend Tempranillo. Es gibt relativ viel Garnacha auch, vor allen Dingen in der Rioja Baja. Und noch so ein paar andere Sachen, Machuelo und so weiter und so fort. Ein klein bisschen Weißwein auch. Sandra macht auch einen tollen Weißen. So, und jetzt wollen wir mal probieren. Also wir haben hier einen Wein, der relativ dunkel ist, aber gar nicht so richtig tintig. Hat so ein, ja, ich würde sagen, fast eher ein dunkles Granatrot als Rubin, aber trotzdem ziemlich viel Blau. Ist so ein bisschen opak, also ist nicht so ganz klar, weil unfiltriert. Ein schöner, feiner, klarer Duft, so ein bisschen Graphit auch, rote Früchte und man riecht schon, ist viel Frische dabei, ein bisschen pfeffrig auch. Und hier merke ich viel Frische, ne? Eine schöne frische Säure. So kennt man Garnacha gar nicht, Grenache. Ist ja immer so ein bisschen eine Bombe, ein bisschen bonbonhaft. Das Einzige, was man sagen kann, was einem hier an Grenache wirklich richtig erinnert, ist so diese volle Kirschfrucht. Und schön lang, hat so eine ganz angenehme Bitterkeit, eine ganz tolle, ganz spezielle Tanninstruktur auch. Aber da wird uns sicherlich die Sandra auch gleich schon mal sagen, warum? Also für mich ein unheimlich animierender Wein. Als ich das erste Mal probiert hatte, dachte ich, ich bin fast umgeflogen. Also das ist eigentlich der letzte oder der neueste Wein von Sierra de Toloño, den wir aufgenommen haben. Ich gesagt, super, aber das ist wahrscheinlich richtig teuer. Und der Wein kostet 16 oder 17 Euro, finde ich genial für das Geld. Also ich hatte ihn eigentlich als 30 € Wein eingeschätzt. Dann war ich sehr froh, als ich den wirklichen Preis gehört habe. Super, ja. Also eigentlich zu günstig, aber da seid ihr sicherlich anderer Meinung. Ja, also ich denke, jetzt ist Zeit, die Sandra aufzurufen. Wir suchen sie mal, ob sie schon zuschaut. Ähm, Das schauen natürlich jetzt ganz viele zu. Also wir schauen noch mal. Und wir hoffen natürlich dann auch auf eure Fragen. Mal gucken, ob die Sandra eingeschneit ist. Ihr wisst ja, in Spanien ist es ja kälter als hier, riesen Schnee. Aber ich glaube, die sind da sowieso gewohnt, ein bisschen in den Bergen. So, also die Verbindung läuft. Ja, also unheimlich animierend. Ne? Ganz fein. Öffnet sich, wird sehr würzig. Man hat diese Energie, ja, ziemlich alte Reben auch und einfach diese Frische. So, also wir warten noch auf die Sandra. Wir haben vorhin schon mal geprobt, da hat es gut funktioniert. Ähm, Habt ihr alle ordentlich was zum Essen? Sagt doch mal, was ihr alles so esst gerade und gekocht habt. Ähm, Wäre super, schon mal so ein paar Kommentare von euch zu sehen. Also wir müssen jetzt gleich nochmal probieren. Es hat gerade noch nicht so richtig funktioniert mit der Sandra. Ja, trinke ich jetzt halt schon mal ein bisschen. Die Charlotte ist auch weg. Der hat es nicht gefallen, dass sie hier live war, glaube ich. Der Alex Haupt, ja, Coco Vin, das glaube ich, ja, das passt super. Eigentlich diese Eleganz, die ja fast was wie fast von einem Pinot Noir hat. Also wir versuchen es jetzt nochmal. Der Sandra. So. Ich glaube, ich habe es gerade gesehen. Ganz oben, noch. Ganz oben, ja. So, also wir verschauen nochmal die Marion Käsetarte mit Gruyère und Parmesan. Ja, zu solchen Wein. Hola Sandra, hi. Nice to see you. Manchego gibt's Speck. Ja, super. Leute, ihr lasst es euch echt gut gehen. So, Sandra, I ask everybody what they're going to eat, and they're eating fantastic things. Uh, and I'm,
Very good.
yeah, very good things. Very nice. Yeah, makes me jealous, actually. But we already had dinner. So,
Uh,
Sandra, good to see you. Good
yeah,
to see you. Very nice. Thank you for joining us tonight.
my pleasure.
I already started to tasting the Ladula, and I told everybody that when I first tasted this wine, I I loved it on the spot, and I know you have huge success with this wine. You're going to tell us later. And when I tasted it, I thought, yes, it's really excellent. It's really brilliant, but this is going to be expensive, and it's not expensive at all.
Oh,
It's 16 euros or 17 or something like that, and it's a tremendous value.
yeah.
It's fantastic to taste something. Can you? Yeah, I told everybody about your vineyards there in the altitude. Can you talk about your vineyards?
Yeah, uh, special place in Rioja Alavesa. It's a very special corner. It's at the mountain that named Sierra de Toloño, and it's all the vineyards in 700 meters. 500 meters.
Hmm.
So I have fresh. I always say the vineyard there. It's like wild horses. They are strong,
Really?
north wind. Yeah,
Yes.
like and the energy that I feel over there. I always understood why the monks were the mountain over there because it's such a special place. And when you are on the top of the mountain, you see like two worlds. One side with all the vineyards and the sun, and the other side it's pure Basque country weather. Green
Yes.
and cloudy, and yeah. So I have these conditions that I have understood better and better year after year um, with this special climate because northern one is also very Mediterranean. I'm protected with the mountain. I have this calculator that gives me this minerality. I don't know. It's
Yes.
yeah. So it's sometimes I say my favorite in Rioja.
Okay. Yes, we have some small interruptions. I think your connection is maybe interrupting a little bit, but I think we got the essential.
Better now. I have
So that's the first question by Kati.
no.
Okay. Yes. Yes, sounds better. No, everything's fine. So Kati is asking if you're working organic and biodynamic.
Yes, I work organic and biodynamic, and
Hmm.
because I think it has to be like that. You have to be in coherence with the soil, with the environment, and it's the only way to tasty fruit. Because the
Yes.
most thing it's freshness and flavor. Because sometimes we only look at the vineyards, or has to be everything together. The hands, the wine, the vineyard, the environment, everything. And organic, it's yeah, my priority.
Yes. Yes. Very good. So your wines, I think they're very different to other Rioja wines I tasted. Maybe you're not the only one who makes wines like this, but why are they so different to the wines I might know? Do you do something special things differently than other people than other vineyards, or what is different with your vineyards?
Um, I have to say that I have a lot of from other areas, and I what I understand I have to do in the vineyard. So I was not looking at all my neighborhoods what they were doing, or I didn't want to do the things that I was just looking for the true flavor of the, and that was the result. I did like the opposite. Maybe some people think how they want the wine, but I was focused in the taste of the vineyard. So I was making trials and getting the best flavor that I could, and that was the result. Not to occupy and such a great all these aromas that I really found in the.
Yes, yes. Sandra, I don't know. The sound is is cut very often, so it's not so easy to understand. I think we got the main points that you're really looking after the vineyards, and you don't have a have the taste of the wine in your head, so you let express the wine itself. But and you didn't look too much what your neighbors are doing. Is that right?
Yeah. There, I don't know. I have a lot of influence from other areas. I really like with Barbaros, the Loire.
The sound.
I was thinking about the commercial thing or what I wanted to get. It was more working the vineyard, keeping that flavor from the grapes to the bottle, and
Yeah.
using different tools like different kind of barrels or many things can help me to preserve this and special for every vineyard.
Okay, yeah. So we hear, I think the connection is really bad. No, it's just the sound which is cut, and some people said there was some feedback. Maybe Sandra, we interrupt and we try to reconnect again.
Okay, sorry.
Just for a second. Yes, okay, we're doing that. So we interrupt and we reconnect again.
Okay, I will try.
Ja. Okay, ja, vorhin war bei der Probe war die Verbindung super, der Ton super, klar, wenn die Generalprobe klappt, ist es nachher. Wir versuchen jetzt noch mal wieder zu verbinden mit der Sandra, vielleicht ist es dann besser. Ähm, ja, also das haben ein paar gesagt, es war auch eine Rückkopplung, vielleicht ist auch unser Lautsprecher das gewesen. Könnt ihr vielleicht auch mal kurz durchgeben, ob das jetzt auch eventuell besser ist. Und jetzt schauen wir mal, jetzt kommt die Sandra gleich nochmal und hoffen mal, dass das dann besser ist. Ja, Kathi sagt, oh nein, sie ist so süß, hoffentlich klappt es. Ja, hoffentlich klappt. Aber es wird klappen. Wir sind zuversichtlich. Wir haben ja auch genug Wein, um jetzt diese Sekunden zu überstehen. Der Wein spricht auch für Sie, sagt der Oliver Krauter. Ja, also es sind schon unheimlich lebendige Weine, die Sandra macht. Und ich bin auch wirklich, wirklich sehr, sehr froh, dass wir sie so gefunden haben. Ja, das Sweeper sagte ich, hören wir perfekt, keine Rückkopplung, danke. So ist der Ton perfekt. Okay, also Sandra nochmal. Ja, also offensichtlich ist ihr Netzwerk nicht so toll gerade. Ja, so Sandra, back again.
Yeah, I hope now it's good sound.
I think it's better. I think it's better.
I haven't touched anything, but I hope it's
Yes, but well, when we made our test an hour ago, it was fantastic. So yeah, okay. So yeah, that's yeah, Charlotte busting our video. So Sandra, and yes, you're doing, but in your cellar, for example,
Yeah.
you work also in a very special way, and I was very surprised when I heard that you're working a lot with amphora because your wines don't taste like amphora. They're so fresh. There's no oxidation. They're so precise. They're very natural, and this is the proof that natural wines can be so precise. And maybe the question will pop up: do you add any sulfur?
Yeah, I asked for bottling.
Yes.
It's real, and the wine was perfect without. But I think it's wines have to stay for a long time and has to be perfect in the glass. So I add a little bit, and I think that wines have to taste the fruit and not the tool. I mean,
Yes.
it's boring for me to taste a wine that tastes oak or earth from the amphora or something. So
Yes.
it's there is not a rule for everyone. You have to try and get the correct time for your wines and the correct material, you know. So I think you can use many things and make round, fresh, fruity wines if you have the right. It's
Yeah.
you know, it's not for everything. It's not magical. People think that when you put it in the amphora, to be awesome, but the grape, it has to be good, and the
Yeah.
amphora is perfectly clean because if not, it's really easy to destroy the wine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's interesting because it let the wines, and for garnacha, I really like it how it makes that round touch in the tannins.
Yes. So we have another questions. Do you produce the wine or do you make the wine only in amphora or as well in barrels? So maybe you can explain the way how you make the wines, how you vinify and how you age.
Yeah, there are some wines that the amphoras to ferment and
Mm-hmm.
age aging in barrels, different
Yes.
kind of barrels, depends on the wines. And others I do the opposite. I do the aging and only the aging in amphora. So I have made three. It's very important how long and when do you use the amphora. And for example, for the single vineyard, I decided to ferment and age it only in amphora because the true flavor from this garnacha, this Atlantic,
Yes.
the real one that I had. And it's very interesting. But at the beginning, it was out, so, because they are so sensible to the little wind that you can have in the cellar or the humidity or anything. So after the year, now I can use it very well.
Yes. Okay. Yes. So yeah, I see everybody wants to see you at Perspektive Wein. Can you tell us why you haven't been there yet, but now this year you're obliged, I think.
No, I for sure, for sure. I for anything, but for this one, I tell you, yeah.
Yes, yes, but I think you have a very good excuse. Actually, people don't are not aware that the harvest at Sierra de Toloño is very late.
Yes,
And in November there's still the vinification going on and so on. And I know you always try to come, but actually when it was visible then that harvest is going to be late, it wouldn't be possible.
yeah.
So yes,
I
but
will try because I really,
everybody is expecting you for this year, and we hope we're going to have Perspektive.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah, very good. So, another question was, how do you compare the 2018 vintage to the other vintages you had? I think background of this question is 2018 was very warm here and in the most regions of France, etc. So how would 2017 or the other vintages have been?
Here we are like very extremely weather, like all around, I think, with these changes in the weather. And 18, it was more Atlantic vintage. 17, it was a little bit the opposite. We were harvesting really early to preserve acidity and freshness in 17. 18, it was the opposite. I had all fresh, good yield. It was perfect. I mean, 18, it was really full of joy because it was really perfect, no problems. And you know, because lately we are suffering a lot in the vineyards with this frost spring.
Yes.
That's terrible, and it's more and more. Like I was talking with other makers in Loire, and they problem. No, it's like in all Europe, becoming more and more usual. So pruning late and making things to avoid a little bit that damage is the priority. And 18, it was beautiful. It was perfect rain. I mean, here we never use irrigation. We are around 600 milliliters per year, and it's perfectly fine for vineyards. And it was, yeah, I used to say Mediterranean a little bit warmer than usual, or Atlantic, and 18 it was the Atlantic. And for example, because after the La Dula, 18, 19, I had a lot of pressure, you know.
Yes.
But the result is very good. People that has tasted like it a lot also, and still preserving that freshness, that sweet tannins. And I think that kind of garnacha, it's a bit, there is not a lot, but another flavor. I used to make a lot of garnacha in Priorat, and it's other thing, no? I really that garnacha too, but
Yes.
it has another.
Yes. 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 I think if you approach your mobile a little bit more, the sound is better.
Okay.
Yeah. And so yes, there's two more questions, and but I want to get back to the point you already stated. Maybe we need a little bit of an explanation. You mentioned Atlantic influence and Mediterranean influence. So can you explain that? Because usually we say, okay, this is an Atlantic vineyard, or this is a Mediterranean vineyard, or this is a continental vineyard. But so why Atlantic and Mediterranean?
Yeah, we are in Rioja. It's a area where we are in this north part that could be more Atlantic continental, but we have special weather that we call it more Mediterranean because it has it's more protected, and that's why we said it's perfectly for vineyard, no? And so it's not, for example, in Castilla they could have more extremely weather, like really hot summer, really cold winter. It's really extremely, no? And we are more softly, more longer spring, longer autumn, more. So we are in that part in Atlantic, Mediterranean. So in one year it's a little bit warmer, we can afford to Mediterranean or to. It's more fresh, more rainy. We said it's more Atlantic, or like that at least.
So you're in between the both seas, so to say, and sometimes you have more Atlantic influence, and sometimes you have more Mediterranean influence. And so, yeah, okay, many questions now. I noted all of them. So we had this mention that you're looking so young. For how long are you making wine? And where did you make wine before?
Since I was studying, since I think I was, since I was studying engineering, and since I started in the university, I was working in cellars here in Rioja, and then I was studying in south of France, at Toulouse. Then I was in Bordeaux, making a stage. From Bordeaux to Tuscany, working also in cellars, New Zealand, California, Priorat for 7 years.
Lots of experience
Yeah,
all over the world. And when did you graduate from your studies from
Yeah,
university?
enology in Rioja,
Yes.
Rioja in French. And after that, I was working in Priorat, and then I came back to.
Yes. And which year was it?
What?
Which year did you graduate from university?
In 2000, California student, 2005.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're making wine for 15 years now, roughly, more or less. Yeah.
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 Many times.
Great.
I
Yeah.
think that making wine, it's getting more and more an experience, because you have to get this so fast during harvest that you have to have in your mind the memories, other situations, similar situations, and just make it going on.
Yes.
More experience that you have, more than you can get.
Yes. But you did very well, even with the vintages, the first vintages I knew, but they're not so old because we're working together for 3 years now, I think, 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think something like that. So, yeah. So there is just 2 more questions. So you have 2 Ladula wines in your portfolio. Which are the differences between both of them?
Next year, Ladula, Garnacha,
Can you approach yourself a little bit more to your device? And because it's we have all these interruptions.
sorry.
Yeah.
So next year, I'm gonna change the name of Ladula. Ladula,
Yes.
because I know there is some confusions.
Yes.
So Ladula, it's a single vineyard from 1944.
Yes.
And it's that's I say La Niña de mis ojos because it's my favorite, and it's like how I discovered the true taste of Garnacha in La Sierra.
Yes.
And from here I could develop to other things, but it's amazing how the strength that plants have, and the vigor, I don't know, it's full of life. It's amazing. It's only made in amphora, and I don't do anything, just very soft, the whole process with the hands, pressing little, and very long process at very low temperature in the amphora and in the bottle.
Yes.
And the other one, Ladula Garnachas de Alta, it's because I was seeing every year how they remove Garnacha from the Sierra, no? So I wanted to give a value to this Garnacha, and discover or preserve this Garnacha Atlantica, no, from the mountain. Because Garnacha here not easy as Tempranillo, no? Tempranillo is better to have in the vineyard. But this Garnacha, one have half production because of the wind during floration. It's difficult, and the skin. So you have to work more with removing leaves and making more things, no? So there's only few plots. I just get that grapes, and it's made in small foodrest, and it ferments during months continuously. And after that, I aging in amphora.
Okay, so first in wood, then in amphora, and the other Ladula is only in amphora. And
it's a La Dula Garnachas de Altura. For me, it's the taste of the village. So it's a village
yes,
wine.
yes, and it's so amazing because it's such a different Garnacha. If you know Garnacha from the Rhone Valley or from Rioja Baja, it's so different, you know. It has this elegance and freshness, and well, when I first heard or read that you're making Garnacha, I said, okay, but Rioja Alavesa, that's Tempranillo country, because Tempranillo is more the Atlantic version. But this is I'm really these wines are it's so convincing and so fantastic and so singular. It's
and it's amazing because I haven't made anything new. I mean, it was there forever. They have 80 years, and it's amazing for me. Nobody saw the potential of these grapes. You know, it's only put a lot of love. Taste a lot of things, and there it's outside.
Yeah, you must love your vineyard to have a good wine.
Yeah.
I think. Yes. Yeah, I'm sure. So, and Kilian is asking if you're when you're fermenting Ladula so you ferment everything in wood, and in the amphora is only the wine, or do you put the whole grapes into the amphora?
I put the skins and everything, but I destem.
You destem.
I destem, but the skin and
Yeah, you destem. You ferment them, and then the young wine when it's totally fermented, it goes into amphora.
Yes.
Okay. So, and there was another question from Björn. I could answer this one as well, but we have you here, so it's better you answer it. Björn was asking, well, he was enjoying Ladula a little bit chilled, like you know the wines in southern, like people do in southern France with the red wines, they chill them a little bit. So he thought that this is tasting very nice. And he was asking if he's allowed to do that because he's afraid that this is a sacrilege.
To taste it too chilled.
Yes, the wine a little bit chilled. Yeah, a little bit cooler.
Yeah. I mean, it's temperature for when I show the wines, I don't show it too chilled, just to show the truth of the wines. But it always helps a little bit colder. It depends of the alcohol and the freshness of the wine. Because, for example, Sierra de Toloño, the Tempranillo, the regular Tempranillo that I have, if it's too cold, I think you lost, you know?
Yes.
So, and always, if you taste at least my wines, if you taste it not too cold, and you like it, then colder, it's amazing. You know, it always helps.
Yeah. I think it's also a question of the tannins because cool temperatures bring out the tannins a little bit more, and you have such a lovely tannic structure. So, okay, there's next cat coming here, distracting me. Well, no, this is Wolke. So, so the tannins are very soft. Yeah. Okay, Wolke. That's a classic. The tannins are very soft, silky, and that goes very well with chilling. So I must say I had it as well for half an hour, almost an hour in the fridge before opening. I like the red wines like at 14, 15 degrees maximum as well. So I really like that.
Yeah, and one thing I would like to say is that people many times take time to choose the wine and choose the glass, but they many times they don't take time to open the bottle, couple or decanter it.
Yes.
And I wine that are unfiltered and unfined, they are natural in the bottle, and they need to breathe a little bit. So of course they are good if you open it directly, but if you let it breathe, much more and usually happen that with most of the wine. And I'm surprised not too many people do it. It's and it's only 5 minutes that will give you more and more.
Yes, but but the problem is, as soon as you open this bottle, you really want to drink it. So it's really very hard to keep it open for a while and not to drink it. For
Yeah.
me. And the bottle is almost empty, and I'm more or less alone. Roxana, she's having one or two glasses, but I'm drinking on and on and on, and it's well, the labels, yes, it's 14% alcohol, and it's so light, and it's just just going down.
Because the acidity is so good that the balance is very good. It's like
Yes.
a white and a red body.
Yes.
But it's good. That wine is it's tons of.
Yes, that's good. The best wines are those when you ask for the second bottle. Where's the second bottle? Why did I only buy one? So never buy one bottle. So almost at least two.
Yeah.
So another question about the soil from Marion. Which soils do you have?
It's a clay mostly,
Yes.
but the origin is calcareous. So
Yes.
the origin, so it's calcareous clay, but yeah. And in Ribas de Teresa, in the highest part, it's more the structure. It's more thin clay, and in the valley, in La Buena, where I produce the other one, it has more river influence, and it's more bigger clay. I don't know how to explain it in English, but it's mostly white soil, calcareous soil.
Yes.
The texture is clay.
Yes, so also auf Deutsch, also die Böden sind an der Oberfläche sind es Lehmböden, was natürlich super ist für Rotwein vor allen Dingen, aber grundsätzlich ist das Gestein unten drunter ist alles Kalk und je nach Lage mehr oder weniger Kalkanteil auch an der Oberfläche und Stärke des Bodens. Yes, and there was a huge compliment for the design of your bottles. And yes, I think it's great. Your packaging. I'm not a packaging guy, but your packaging is really, really nice. The boxes and many of your wines, they come in small boxes. So everything, every little detail, the capsule, everything so beautiful. The cork. So are you doing the design yourself or do you have a designer?
I don't know. I work with a friend designer from Barcelona that since the beginning we have worked together, and for me it's very important to not have a picture to really talk about light in the. So I try to make the connection between the packaging, the wine, working little bit everything, no packaging, everything has to be like that.
Yes, yeah, I totally agree. It's well for us. It makes a huge difference if you want to sell a wine and it has a nice label. It's always it's always easier to sell a bottle like this than an ugly bottle. We have fantastic wines with ugly labels. And it's really it takes much more to convince people to buy an ugly bottle. It's true. I can understand. So, but some producers, they just don't care. But I really agree. I think it's a good thing you found a good balance. It's very good. It's a very elegant design. It's not over designed. It's very nice. It has class. So that's class. Yeah, I think so. So okay, more questions. Good. So are you selling your wine mainly locally or more in the export markets? And which export markets are you working on?
Oh, so many places because I started from zero in 2012 and needed to capitalize, keep going, no? So I was taking a couple of bottles, my baggage, taking an airplane and going to England or Netherlands or just with few meetings to taste the wines and find importers because 80% of my production is export.
80%.
80%.
80% export. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Many countries now. Because when I started in 2012, I don't know, the people that I was asking here, they were looking for more traditional oaky style. So I feel understood at all. So I decided to go outside by myself, and little by little, was starting with importers.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I remember when I first tasted your wines at the tasting as well. I'm reluctant to say which tasting because if I talk too much about this tasting, everybody will go there. But I was convinced at the spot, on the spot, it was just like, wow, I need that, and and it's really, and that's what you said, it's so different from Rioja. You wouldn't tell it's a Rioja.
Yeah, but I don't. It's not because I don't want to be like Rioja. It's like what I found outside and what I feel I have to do it. Maybe because I think it's because I was so many years working outside that my mind is open to see with other eyes my reality. No, maybe if I have also the possibility to be working in wineries. No, but I decided to go outside and just make my way. And after the year, when I came back, saw the reality with other eyes. No, so thanks of that, I have other feelings to make the wines. And when young people ask, because they want to make something, I always just go outside, learn, and just work in other wines. It's essential, no? If not, what the reality? Yeah, no, it's only repeating, and it's for me it's boring now.
Yeah. Okay. More questions. So, how many bottles do you produce?
60,000.
60,000. So, well, that's not too many. It's not a very large volume.
No,
And
not to
yeah,
handle everything. I need
yes,
to
and
find the bottles, the big.
but you're not the only person who works in your
No,
estate. You
no,
have
no.
how
I
how
have
many persons?
a great team in the vineyards, and I have two great boys in the cellar with me. Yeah, it's fantastic to have. I mean, it's difficult to have with you, no, because every step that you make in the wines and everything, it's important. So
Yes.
important to the sensibility of the people that are working with you.
So how many people do you work with in your vineyard? How many people do you have employed?
It's 3 people during the year,
Yes.
and in harvest, it could be 16 people.
16. Yeah. So 3 all over the year. That's good.
Mm.
Good. And another interesting question. in which region have you learned most? In France, in Tuscany, in Priorat, or in California? So,
Well, I have strong influence from Priorat because I was in charge of the vineyards, and Priorat, it's so amazing, the viticulture there. I was recovering old vineyards. I was making new vineyards a lot in high altitude areas and a lot of challenge. So I learned a lot. But I have to say, every winery I'm working for was so important for me. More than that, it's the winemaker that teach me. It's so important, and I still sometimes ask them questions, or and it's important to be in big wineries, small wineries, to have a global view, because I was in big wineries, and then I can know a lot about lab stuff, be very rigorous, very strict, with the clean in the cellar or everything. And in the small ones, I was learning about artisanal wines, and then after the years you can choose your path and go to artisanal, amical, or wherever you want.
yeah, very good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very good, very good. Very intelligent way to work, actually. You're just picking these things that you you think that they are the most important things, the most important points. Yeah.
Sometimes it says artisanal wines, it's more natural. It's not just, in my case, it's not leave the grapes over there and forget. There is a lot of work behind, and a lot of respect, traditions, but a lot of research and a lot of study and a lot of knowledge, because it has to be uh, perfect.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Another question by Carsten. He's wondering, or they are wondering, do women sell more wine to women or not? So, do you have more female customers than male customers, or?
Well, I think I have everything. I'm not really I don't really like labels, to put labels in anything. No, about the woman wine, and I want to be winemaker with not male or female. I like to play in the same league as others, behind being a woman or a man. It's the reality. I have to say, this is a man world, and I don't know for selling, but for making wine, wow, it's you have to be really tough. And here I'm smiling and laughing, but when I'm working and I'm with other viticultures, serious, and you have to work a lot and maybe double to get
Of course.
respect from the others. Because at the beginning I didn't want to see it, but it's like that still.
Yes. Yes. I know when you're working, and as well in the tastings, in the wine fairs and the wine shows, you're very serious, you're very strict, so that's really good, very professional.
Yeah.
But everybody knows, everybody knows a professional when they see one.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not a matter of sex, so not sex. It's of gender. Yeah, it's a trend. So I was mixing. Yes, 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 yes. I know, and I burnt my fingers. I think 2 or 3 emissions ago with feminine wines. So I'm not going to take that in my mouth again. I promise so. And Roxana is threatening me. You don't see her, but you don't want to see her now, because this is really scary. So yeah, I learned my lesson. So Yeah, it was very funny. But that's a very fun. I don't when. Oh yes, it was the Cahors. If you want to watch that, there was the Cahors tasting with Catherine Maisonneuve. Yeah,
Ah,
feminine wines. So that I think it was the last time I uttered the word for the feminine wines. Never again.
yeah.
So yeah,
I don't
great.
know, but
Sorry.
no, no. About the question that I don't feel I'm selling more for being a woman. It's more the opposite sometimes. That it's
Yeah,
a
but
little,
it's
but no, I'm good. I mean, now I have
yeah.
the
I mean,
I want.
yeah. I mean, it's a wonderful wine. As
Yeah,
any wine in your portfolio, I must say. I mean, it's really amazing. Starting with your white, the entrance white for about this like 10 euros, which is amazing. And the Tempranillo, 10 euros as well, fantastic. And even if you go to the Cinque Vineyards, like 40 euros, it's every single wine is great value. I mean, it's
yeah,
yeah. Um,
yeah.
okay.
What I wanted to have good prices just to keep developing my project. That's
Yes.
my target, no? Not
Yes.
making money or making something good in here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So Björn is emphasizing on gender. He says, I don't want to dwell on gender, but has it become easier for a woman in today's wine business?
Has become for a woman
Is
today.
it is
Why?
it easier is it easier now for women in wine business as it was before?
Mm, mm, no,
Roxana is asking for wine.
I don't think, and I don't want to think it. Nobody's buying my wines because of I'm a woman. Really, if
Yes, but
the wines are not good, nobody's buying. And I
yes.
think what's important is that the wines talk behind the winemaker. The bottle has to talk on. So I don't think it. In fact, we make winemaker. It's always difficult to get your work start. Well, that was exhausting to find no the. I mean, to go outside. My family is not rich, and I was little. So I started a little bit, and at the beginning I was making this, and I kept working. I was half in that, half with here, and it was, yeah, exhausting, but very
Yes.
happy.
Yeah. Great, great. But I think maybe Björn points out that the wine business has been well, a very male domain
Yeah,
all of the time. And well, yeah, actually, there always were very strong women in wine business,
yeah,
like the Veuve Clicquot. I know some Madame de Lancin from the Chateau Pichon Lalande.
mm,
Many strong
yeah,
women like the Baroness de Rothschild, etc.,
yeah.
etc., etc. We have a few female
No,
winemakers, and they all stand their ground. I
women,
think I think that's over. I think
yeah. I mean, each project has to get different, good quality wines more than that, no? And woman in wine has been since ever, at least where I have around. The only one thing it was that it was men in front of the
Yes.
face of the winery, but behind that face, a lot of women in the vineyards. Always women were working in the vineyard or also in the cellar in a small wine. That's what I saw since ever. So for the outside, people saw that the reality in wine, it's since ever. And I think, or at least I don't use never woman to sell the wine or to get advantage. In fact, sad to say, but many times I found I had to make double effort to get a vineyard or make things here. So, nothing of that.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's nice. Yes, but you see, we have the same thing in the same situation in the sommelerie, like Kilian, he's pointing out Pascaline Le Pelletier and Paz Levinson. We worked with Helga Schröder, the first female master sommelier in Germany. So there are many female sommeliers now, and it's just normal. It's just normal. Yeah. So, Sandra, what do you recommend to eat with La Dula? Carsten is asking that. Maybe a dessert as well, since we are done with the tapas. So, Carsten has finished his tapas, so what to eat next?
My favorite for La Dula, but I don't know if it's easy to get over there, it's with jamón. Jamón
Yes.
because with the salty touch, it's
Yes.
very good.
Yes.
And for dessert, I don't know, maybe a cheese cake. No, that cheesecake.
Cheesecake? Yes.
Yeah,
But maybe more on the salty side, like with a tinge of salt, because I think salt is very good with this wine.
salty things. I mean,
Yes.
to get a good balance, not
Yes.
not really.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
No, too dessert, not too sweet.
Yes, yes. The sweetness, I think as well. The sweetness will be a problem. It's a problem because on the one side you have lots of acidity in this wine. It's the really astonishing thing. But if you know the place and you understand why there's such an acidity, you have the tannins which interact with the acidity, which enhance each other. You have acidity and tannins. They lift each other up, and you have some body, but it's not full-bodied. It's more elegant, and so that would be a problem with sugar, because if you add sugar to that, you'll have you'll have bitter taste. So
I think.
yeah.
The
So
balance,
yeah. If she says that with our savory pork ribs, it tasted great. Yes, pork is fantastic with that. Actually, that Simbo says, okay, strawberry cake with pudding. I'm not very sure. Maybe strawberries with a little bit of. I tasted that in a Burgundy tasting. That was very nice. Crushed strawberries with mint leaves and just a little bit of sugar and a little bit of lemon. So you're still on the acid, on the fruity side, with a little bit of sweetness, but the sweetness is just underlining. So that will work well, I think. But what we say in Germany, pudding, it's like flan in French. I'm not sure. Are you still there, Sandra? Yeah,
Yeah.
because it was just frozen. Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. So yeah, wine and food pairing. Yeah, la mazamorra. Yeah, that's a Peruvian dish. Yeah, that could be very nice. Yeah, but nobody knows that. Here it's with this is with red corn, and yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, but I think I prefer the salty aspects of food with that wine, and of course pork. Yeah, pork is very nice, and especially when it's grilled or roasted, you have this roast aromas. You have this underlining sweetness of the pork. And it's something frugal which goes very good, very well with this wine. It's not a frugal wine, but this would work very well. Yeah. Okay. It's Yubo says manchego with dried figs. Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's a good thing too. But I think we're in need of a second bottle to check all this. Yeah, fantastic. Sandra,
Great.
thank you so much
No,
for
thank you to you.
being with us.
It was great.
And I understood very well with all the comments that, well, how can I say, that you're almost going to be crucified if you're not turning up at next
Ah,
Perspektive Wein.
no, I have to go. I have to
At
go.
least excommunicated. So that's the least. But I think you're going to be crucified.
No, I will do the maximum to go. And after lockdown and everything, I just wanna party, party, party. So the best excuse to go for party because after maternity, after lockdown, I'm ready for that.
Yes, yes. And it's true, we are longing for tastings, we are longing for seeing our friends and
Yeah,
everybody. And I think, well, lately I discovered these live tastings, which are really nice. But
yeah,
actually, we're not tasting, we're drinking and we're chatting.
yeah,
So, but it's really nice. It's lots of fun, really. And
yeah.
but
Eat it in.
nothing beats the real McCoy.
Yeah.
So, thank you very much, Sandra. Muchas gracias.
Thank you. Muchos besos para Roxanne also.
Sí, sí, gracias. Gracias. Gracias.
And take care, and we will repeat wherever you want.
Yes,
Okay?
yes. Hope to see you soon.
Yeah.
Ciao, Sandra. Thank
Ciao.
you.
Bye.
Besos. Ciao. Ciao. Thank you. Ja, Sandra, wundervolle Winzerin. Da muss man schon aufpassen, dass man sich nicht verliebt. Aber zumindest darf man sich ungestraft in die Weine verlieben. Äh, und ich hoffe, ihr habt euch auch in Ladula verliebt und so. Und ja, wirklich, wirklich großartige, einzigartige Weine, die mich wirklich auf den ersten Kontakt hin geflasht haben. Das ist wirklich toll, was manche Leute auch als Einzelleistung bringen in Gebieten, die ja so eingefahren scheinen. Das ist unglaublich. Und ja, was Sandra da bringt, ist eine Wahnsinnsleistung. Wie gesagt, es ist so weit von dem entfernt, was man so an Rioja kennt. Ne? Also dieses alte, gammelige, im Fass rumgeschuckerte Zeug da, amerikanische Eiche, du schmeckst mehr Vanille als Wein und so, und das ist so frisch, das ist wie so ein Peitschenschlag, zack, präzise, unglaublich. Also probiert ihre Weine, ihr werdet begeistert sein, auch so für jeden Tag, wie der ganz normale Rioja von ihr oder der Weiße ist sensationell. Also das ist durch die Bank unglaublich, eine unserer besten Winzerinnen überhaupt, ja, eine unglaublich begabte Frau und immer schön mit dir zu sprechen und mit euch auch. Vielen Dank für die vielen Fragen. Und nächste Woche sind wir wieder dabei. Nächste Woche ist der Kilian noch in Quarantäne, die Einreisequarantäne. Also machen wir vielleicht wieder zu Hause. Erstaunlicherweise schlafen die Katzen alle hier rundum. Aber ihr habt es ja gesehen. Ja, und jetzt habe ich eigentlich vergessen, was wir nächste Woche probieren. Ich glaube, wir haben einmal Valle de Capucha, aber da haben wir noch ein bisschen Vorlaufzeit gegeben, weil die Marktschule, die sind, also wenn wir sie mal haben, sind sie unglaublich kommunikativ. Super Leute, aber bis es mal soweit ist, Leute, da beißt ihr euch echt die Zähne dran aus. Aber so, wir haben ja viele Winzer, die so sind. Ja, und genau, anschließend, wenn ihr es nochmal anschauen wollt, auf YouTube gibt es dann vielleicht am Morgen oder so als Video. Und nicht vergessen, postet. Und vielen Dank fürs zahlreiche Zuschauen. Ja, ja, danke. Nächste Woche Domaine du Bel-Air, da haben wir, glaube ich, auch noch keine Antwort. Ja, genau. Ähm, Gute Nachricht übrigens für alle Domaine du Bel-Air-Fans. Wir kriegen nochmal einen Nachschlag. Also es kommt nochmal eine Lieferung. Corona sei Dank. Es haben nicht alle ihre Reservierungen abgenommen. Also auch immer schön fleißig unsere Newsletter abonnieren, weil die Newsletter-Abonnenten, die kriegen immer die dicksten Scheiben ab. Und da gibt es demnächst nochmal ein schönes Angebot von Domaine du Bel-Air mit Clos Nouveau, mit Grand Mont und so weiter und so fort. Ja, genau, und danach kommt dann Valle de Capucha. Ansonsten schaut einfach mal nach. Wir sind ja medienmäßig ziemlich aktiv. Mixcloud auch mit unseren Playlists. Stefan Reinhardt ist jetzt gerade dran zu den Wein der Woche. Eine ganz interessante Musikauswahl. Und ich hoffe, dass wir euch bald eine schöne Überraschung präsentieren können. Aber das ist alles noch nicht spruchreif. Aber wenn es spruchreif wird, Leute, vor allen Dingen die in und um Stuttgart wohnen, ihr werdet euch freuen. So, also, das war's. Wein ist leer. Ich habe noch einen Schluck. Ich habe mir nämlich großzügiger eingeschenkt als der Roxana. So, ich musste jetzt auch mehr arbeiten. Also, das ist die Gerechtigkeit. Ich wünsche euch noch einen schönen Abend. Vielen, vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen, fürs Mitmachen, für die vielen Fragen und spätestens bis nächsten Dienstag. Salut!